good to go. And back to our career. So, this is part 10 of Act 2. I spent quite a bit of time offline leveling up, getting past the story that we've already seen in the early access. So, we're getting there. Not quite to Act 3 yet, we're getting close. How you doing, George? Yeah, if you've seen my my uploads of yesterday and today, I have 4 parts already uploaded, and parts 6 through 9 of this playthrough are uploaded. I just haven't cleaned them up yet. I do like the descriptions and whatnot to get them live. So how are you doing today, George? What do we need? Anything good? Oh. So our ship is close. We're on stage 10. So we're getting there. Few more parts, we'll be good to go. Setting up a stream, that's cool. That's always good. And to combine as a hi. Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you decided to drop in for a few minutes. That was the one I just finished up. This has 9 levels? Oh my. Does it even have what I need? I need a heatsink. It doesn't. But there's 9 levels. I thought 7 was a lot. No, there's 9. It's 35 million credits. Wow. Wow, they way upped the value. These things were like 17 mil or 20 mil during early access. Oh, these are huge. Okay, we need this heatsink though. We need to find the heatsink. And this one unfortunately does not have a heatsink. I'd love to break it down, but I need the heatsinks right now, so we need to find a heatsink. Here we go. This is a 28 mil industrial. These things are big and they're complicated to pull apart. Anybody else? That's the cargo model. So the only option I have for the heatsink is one of these big freighters that are a pain in the butt to pull down. Alright, let's do the cargo one. It's the least to break down. This is the least to do. It's a little easier to break down, and it's always a treat. So we'll do that. Let's see what we got. Let's see now. And my Twitter's been blowing up all day today. Not that I mind, but it's just been blowing up all day. Alright, so I need to get some tethers. I didn't grab those before I finished. And we're still gonna need that. Alright. So grab this antenna, get it out of the way. I guess we'll do the bottom antenna next.
Salvage deposit secured. Credit
and then we'll just do as we normally do. We just go through the outside of the ship and remove everything that is on the outside of the ship.
credit.
You go away. You go away. Bloody bugger.
Salvage deposit
That's the
confirmed.
last thing I needed.
Applying credit.
These aren't worth a lot of money. But
Salvage deposit registered.
they
Account credited.
are annoying. And you have to get them out of the way before you can do anything else.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
But it's okay. I said they're not complicated.
Salvage secured. Applying
They
credit.
just get in the way. Oh, I heard a chime.
Salvage deposit
That would be a follow.
transferred.
Oh no, right? How are you, Uni? I see you decided to drop back in and stay for another day.
Deposited.
Did you have a good stream? Don't mind me, I'm just lugging cargo. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a holiday weekend, so I can actually stream today, but I don't always do Sundays. It depends on how I'm feeling and what time I have to be to work in the morning. So
Salvage secured.
Sundays is one of those odd days that I don't always get to stream, but I try. But I always stream, you know, Friday and Saturday. Because I can do those without any issues.
Deposited. Applying credit to account.
Good, good. Watch my flapjack skills. On into the basket. See? Put that jack right down into the basket.
Salvage secured. Credit deposited.
Ooh, that was bad. I just trimmed a squiggle. We don't want that. Get that in there. That was bad.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Send that down there. Yep. I will hopefully make some serious progress today, but no guarantees of that.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
In this game, making progress can take several shifts. Each shift is 15 minutes. This ship here, if I do the whole ship with no issues, I'm looking at
Salvage secured. Account credit.
about an hour. I'll be on this one ship. Sure. I don't mind. Go ahead and work. Do what you gotta do. I was happy you could visit and listen in, and as we have a good time with breaking down the big boys. This is one of my favorite ships to break down. It's big, it's a hassle, but I like it. There are better ships, there are more fun ones.
Deposit registered.
Like, I'd rather be doing geckos right now. They're worth more, and they're easier to break down. At least in my opinion, anyway. Though I know some people would beg to differ. Alright, so next stage is to make sure we decompress the ship.
Salvage
So we're gonna go ahead and
secured.
decompress the ship.
Credits awarded.
And because
Pressurizing.
that's the hardest part in this game, is safely decompressing all the ships. Ah, bugger. Alright. access, we know. Now, this one here, let's go ahead and, do we have any loose bits? No, there's no bunnies in there. And depressurize this room.
Level decreasing.
Thank you. Grab.
Airlock depressurizing.
Oh, okay. So now we have an airlock that's pressurized, and we have this area here. So
Airlock pressurized.
this area is pressurized, and it's got a small problem. The problem we have is it doesn't have a depressurization module. See this one right here? It's broken. So the best thing for us to do is to hold on here and give her a bit of a push. As long as you're not opened out into space, it doesn't rock the ship. Grab. That was weird. The airlock went into a safety mode, apparently. That's new.
Airlock depressurizing.
See, the airlock sealed and flipped pressure. That's weird. That's a new thing. Didn't know we could do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and disable the thruster. While we still have power. Oh, that's not gonna do any significant damage. Alright, so I think there's nothing back here. I think there's nothing here. Might be something over in the cockpit. The aft cockpit might have something in it. No, it doesn't. Alright. So it's just going to be in the fore cockpit area. Alright. So let's go ahead and go out here. And we're going to pressurize the front half of the ship. Because there is only... Oh, it's just the airlock. Okay then.
Airlock
You don't want to open out into into space if you can avoid it. It causes the ship to do some really weird stuff.
Airlock pressurizing.
I have one end up. Jeez. Above the main jack. That was a mess.
Pressure level decreasing.
Okay, go ahead. Depressurize the airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
And we're good there. Now there should be some components running around, so... Oh, there's one.
5 minutes left, Cutter. How you use them is entirely up to you. We were out.
Getting your money's worth on this first day is always hard. Because there's so much that can go wrong. You never know what you've got to deal with parts-wise. So, we'll take the fuses while we're here. Because these are... It's not a big deal. Really, the fuses are really easy to take care of. Okay, so there's a piston in there. this last fuse out of the way. If you don't do that properly, you'll get a little bit of a jolt. So, if you don't like being jolted, you want to watch the lights and make sure that you remove them when it's safe to remove them, and not before. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good day. Since you're not going to have a good day. Wait, there's a rod in here on the right-hand side. Right there. There's the piston. Alright. There's my heatsink. That's what we came here for. The rest of this ship is just money and points. This is what we needed. Because we needed that so that we can work on our ship. So we're done with the interior. We've got everything here of value, parts-wise. So the next thing to do is take care of the volatiles. Now we can't remove this fuel tank, but we can make it safer. And if we go ahead and detach the fuel tank, there she goes. So now the fuel tank is safe, and we can detach the engines. Once the engines are off, we're good to go. Now we'll take the upper one off. Take the interior. These little ones out of the way. All we gotta do is drop the engines into arch, and this side of the ship's done. Now, do the same on the other side, and that's all the exterior components.
Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
And it makes us rank 1.
Not much left of this ship, Cutter. About 1 minute remaining.
I know. I gotta get past the engine. Let's see if we can get her down there. Goodbye. 20 seconds. Plenty of time. Get her here.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Good boy. Scrap that off the side of the ship, because we don't need it. And I think...
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
Didn't quite get it, that one. Oh well. We still made $5 million. That's good. I blew a door. Yeah, we know. Nothing serious. Nothing serious at all. Easy peasy. Such a beautiful day.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. All the team
All right,
links would
so
like to
we
wish you a
have-
happy and productive day.
Some stuff to do with shipping.
Hi, it looks like you're trying to operate on your ship.
Alright, so
Would you like
iron
help
coil.
with that?
We are missing iron coils. Okay, we're gonna have to find one of those. This ship does not have any, so let's wait for the next ship. However, we do want to repair. Let's go repair everything. Nope, don't care about that. Upgrade that. Let's do that. Tether, strength. Yes, please. Don't really care about lifetime. Increase our range a little bit. Let's do this. That'll make my life a little easier. Getting us out to 25 meters. It's not quite the size of a full ship. 75 meters to the whole yard. So, if you were wondering how big the yard was, it's 75 meters. It's like the whole yard. I think officially the yard is like 100 meters. But honestly, if you're in that last 25 meters, you're not going to get it anyway. See, now if you wanted to get that coil, we'd have to do this from here. But I want to get the points. Unless turns out to be a real pain in the butt to break down. If it turns out to be a real pain in the butt to break down, I don't remember. I broke one of these down earlier and it was rough. And if this one turns out to be just as rough, then we might abandon it. Take like the low-hanging fruit out of it and just call it a day. You get the big stuff, the engine, the power coupling, and so on. And just just walk away from it. Because doing a whole hog on this one, you'll see, it's a mess. It's these round collars have some serious issues. They're just a pain in the butt to deal with. I'm not a fan of the way they're set up, but what I can say is I appreciate that the developers gave us these types of things as a challenge. Now, I'm not breaking that apart. I think that's all of the couplings on the bottom. So the couplings over here. And it's the ones on top. Cool. So now I just need to make room for us here. The cockpit on the side, though, so I need to break that down.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
So let's go break that down real quick.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
It's a pretty easy breakdown. Especially now that I've got the power turned off. So yeah, we're good there. Let's take this, drop that in there. just have to take everything out and drop it. Drop it down into the basket.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
It's not really complicated, it's not really hard. It's actually harder at the moment because I've got it all broken down.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So this actually makes it more difficult. Because I did not
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
detach all this while it was still attached. That's not a mistake. Have a nice life.
Deposit secured. Credits awarded.
And you can also go that direction. And you can come down. And you can go the other direction.
Transferring credits.
You can go that way.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
It's not turning well. Turn. Come on. Thank you. There she goes. Easy peasy. Just drop these down. And it'll eventually get down to the barge down there. That's the thing with this game.
Object. Applying credits to account.
You can use inertia to your advantage. As long as you take into consideration your angle of descent, you can use inertia.
Salvage deposit
The
registered.
big ships will stall. So be aware of that. The ships themselves will stall if they're over a certain weight. However, as long as they're under that weight, they won't stall.
Processor deposit accepted.
Cut the floor out
Credits awarded.
and slide it over, down, over. Oh, bloody bugger. Fine, we'll just loose it that way. It's not that big of a deal. It's just when you got those little
Credits applied.
nubs in the way, you can't really do an easy drop.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Now, sometimes what you want to do
Applying credit
to make your life easier is just attach the power. That way you can't get electrical shorts. If you've got certain ships, this is easier to deal with.
Credits transferred.
Sometimes it makes your life more difficult. So you want to be aware of that. In this case, I did to show that it's something you can do. However, since these don't explode very often, I see no reason in doing it normally. Now, there are certain terminals that have a higher chance of exploding. I don't know if we have any of the ship, but there are some that do.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
Grab the mechanical component. Good there, good there. And this one's fine. So this part's good. Just need to pull it out of the way. And what's out of the way? Yeah, light.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Yeah, let's go that way. Because I don't want to deal with you. Yeah.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Everybody says you can let nurse do some work for you. Yeah.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Apparently some of my things did not have enough inertia. But it's okay. Oh, detach that, bring that out. Yes, go that way. And don't go into the wrong bin. It's the last thing I need. You're going the wrong way.
Tether supplies
There
running
you go.
low.
Now we'll just go ahead and take the rest of this apart and call it a day.
Alright. This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter. 5 minutes left. We were out.
5 minutes, we can get this front third broken down. Well, I hope. These things get kind of wonky sometimes.
Raw material deposited. Transferring credit.
So we're gonna have to kind of be careful with it.
Salvage deposit confirmed.
But
Applying credit.
should be able to pull this apart. There she goes. Good girl. Good girl.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
The next one is a little more tricky. Oh, okay, so this next block. I've done this a couple different ways now, and none of them were fun. So, how do I want to do this one? See, the problem is this coil. It goes around. It's, how should we say,
Processor deposit accepted.
one giant
Credits
piece.
awarded.
And because it's one giant piece, it creates a lot of problems. However, if I want to do with the bloody bugger twisting and turning, you might be able to do a different option. I'd rather not, though. All right. That blew a fuel tank that was right in my face. That's so unnormal. It's not normal. You don't normally do that, but okay. Fine. whatever. It's not normally an issue, but alright. It's a thing this time around. It's fine. It's the hazards of when you're doing this. Ooh, that's bad. It's a good catch, actually. It's a really good catch. Don't like chopping up the ship this far, but...
Cutter, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Oh, really? Alright. I missed one corner. And I don't really want to deal with how that's going to work out. So, we're going to pull this collar off. Okay, hopefully there's 2 tethers is enough. Let's see.
Welcome to Venditron 9000. Have a nice day.
Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. I think it's moving. That collar is really heavy. In fact, it's about as heavy as some of the smaller ships. So, what we're gonna have to do
Hello, Shipbreaker.
is we're gonna have to go
52.
probably put more tethers in
Share
that.
the following inspirational message. Some people dream of great salvage, while other people get up every morning and make it happen.
It's not that bad. So we have, oh, that's what I wanted to do. We have full tethers now. Yeah, it's twisted, so we're good there. What we need is just enough pressure. And we have to watch for stuff like this. Pull that out, the zone over here. Oh, wait. I think that did it. Yeah, that's good. That's working. Now it's working good. Now I got that chunk out of the way. Now you belong in the processor. So we'll just drop you into the bin.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Yeah, pull that from the top. Come on. It's stuck on one of the... Yeah, see, I told you that corner was gonna be a problem. So what I'm gonna have to do is I have to pull out. So, we've got a jack up here. And by doing that, should be able to get this out. I hate pulling this thing apart. Such a pest. This big cowl just, it's annoying. But if you can get it free, like that, the only thing you have to worry about is if there happens to be coolant tanks down here. They're a little fragile, so you don't want to bang them on anything, but you can do that.
deposited. Applying credit to account.
Now you can't actually break this apart, but honestly, it's a nuisance. You just have to get a few tellers on it and it'll move on its own. So we're gonna pull the chucks out of here because they're just annoying. And we'll pull the power generator. She's in good shape. And that takes care of that.
Salvage registered.
Now this ship has no go juice at all. The power generator removed. We just took all of the power from the ship. So there's a lot of things that we now can't do properly. This is why I opened the ship up all the way before I deal with anything else. Because if you take out all the power, airlocks go offline. Without airlocks being online,
Accepted.
you can't
Applied.
pressurize or depressurize anything safely. So, first thing you want to do is to pressurize the whole ship.
Salvage secured.
Then you want to deal with
Valuable object accepted for processing.
whatever you're gonna do for the day. Just be careful of those gas tanks, because as you've seen, they can get pretty volatile. You go that way. And since the top floor is now out, we can just grab our bits, chuck it on down, and since there's no power, hence our lights,
Secured. Credits deposited.
we can just grab anything we want and throw it downstairs.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
So it's easy peasy now. The only thing we have left is the main reactor. That's dangerous.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits
And really, that's not that bad. Could be worse.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
There's a bunny, and I somehow managed to miss the bunny. Alright. Give me a second. Somehow I managed to miss the bunny.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Must have been tied up in something so I couldn't see it. It's a problem that you have. So sometimes you can't see things. Goodbye. Thank you. Now. Actually, you know what? We'll just do this.
Credits transferred.
Because I don't see any reason in pulling that table up, since that goes to the furnace and that floorboard goes to the furnace. I think that missed. Where'd it go? Well, it's gone. Remember I said you got a range of about 100 meters? Yep, that's it. That has has left the building. We ain't getting that one back. So that's going to the processor, that's going to the barge, processor, let's get these out of the way. Oh. Okay. These are... That's the furnace, that one's already depleted. Get that out of the way. Thank you. Honestly,
Applying credit.
I want a little more space here. I really do want a little more space to deal with. Thank you. What's you're still attached? Attached where? Thank you. Sheesh. Thank you. And that goes that way. So now that that's all out of the way,
Credits assigned.
we can get these larger bits out of here. Get that up. Okay. And that makes that a little bit easier. So we can get these bigger bits out of the way now. You always want to have enough space.
Salvage deposited.
So keep that in mind. How much space do you really need to safely move stuff around? Sometimes it's more than you originally think.
Salvage secured. Account credit.
Got 5 minutes left on the clock,
Yep.
sir. 5 minutes remaining.
And we're doing good on time, too.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
We're actually doing really good on time. These bins and data banks and whatnot, they're a bit of a nuisance to
Credits deposited.
tear down, but... Wait, what do we get out of the data banks anyway? Heat sinks. I don't need heat sinks right now. Definitely need heat sinks at the moment.
Salvage
I
accepted.
probably will need at least one more in the future, but I don't need them right now. Right now I need that coil,
Deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
which is not on this ship, I don't think. I think the ship's got any coils.
Account credit applied.
Oh, I'll have to look and see if it happens to have any. So
Salvage
take these
deposit registered.
apart,
Account credit.
and we'll be good to go. Alright, tear that down, tear that down. Now these should be free. Yeah, cool. Should find its way in there. Nah, not quite enough inertia. That gets rid of that. And that gets rid of that. So for this one here... Oh, there's more data banks. Oh, I got more shelves and data banks over here. I almost blew those up.
Applying credit.
Because I was about to dump this into the furnace. I noticed it.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That would have been a painful expense. That would have been a painful expense to have done that. And I think that's it now.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit
That's
to
it.
account.
Right, so this section here, this worm collar, I don't know if it's attached. Let's find out. It is not attached. So what we can do here is let's detach the worm collar. Come on, worm collar, pull. Should be an easy peasy pull. Shouldn't be too hard. Since I've already taken out all the hard stuff. Now, go ahead and dump you into that bin. And let's get her broken off.
You got 60 ticks till this turkey's done, Cutter. Gobble gobble.
We're already that far. Alright. Means I've got one shot. Bingo. Oh, I missed one. I thought I got all four of those in one shot.
Valuable object. Credits awarded.
I missed. Come on, give it a push. Come on. Up and out. Fine, we got a pull. It'll be there when we come back on the next shift. So, nothing too severe. Oh, the damages. Doing good to go. As you can see, this is one of my least favorite breakdowns. And the fuel tanker is the same as the cargo container
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
for the difficulty.
LYNX would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
No, yes, thank you. So this comes out of thermal spreaders. This ship does not have thermal spreaders. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. But I keep my eyes open. You never know.
Welcome to Vintage on 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Wait, hold on.
Welcome to Vintage on 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Do that. I know we're short on repair kits. Beautiful thing. So she gets to turn just a little bit more. So you pull that way. You come out and go down. You go over here
Salvage deposit secured.
and
Credits
done.
awarded.
So now we just have to get this back in.
Valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
And you're a little heavy, so one more tether on the bottom here. Maybe 4 tethers total. So I have to cut you down further. Then we just have to tear this out. Grab these 4 pins. every once in a while, my mouse decides that it wants to be a little more sensitive than normal. I don't know why. But this game, mouse sensitivity are interesting, to say the least.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Now, let's get this off. Now, this is the next challenge that you have to deal with.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And one of the things that I found is easiest is to take this off this frame, but don't shoot at the gas can. Shoot across it. That's easy. Now we want to use 2 tethers. 1, 2. Come on. Get up there. I was not connected. I thought this was still connected. Oh, it's because it's connected to those. It's fine. Come on. Come on, spider. Fine. We'll do this the fun. We'll do this the easier way.
Deposit
You can-
accepted.
If you can nail the angle right. You, come with me. Come on. Get out of there. Get. Come on, get out of there. That was not supposed to happen. Go before you let it burn up. That was weird.
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
It didn't make it. Oh well. At least it didn't blow up the big fuel tank. Could have been worse. Could have been much worse. That thing had blown, oh my goodness. It would take a big chunk of this rig with it. Trust me, I've done it.
Credits
I've made that happen before. It's not fun. You can lose a lot of money that way. By making one of those big tanks blow. Not fun. Tell you that right now. Come on, pull out. Be gone with you.
processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Come on. Pull out. How you doing, Binary?
Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned.
Cert 15. Yes, yes. I've got... We're actually on, Act 2, Part 10. yesterday and today, I burned through quite a few frames. I mean, quite a few frames. Let me tell you, it was a, rather large number. Now, let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, you know what? We'll actually do it this way. It's I have more scrap this way, but because I just burned through 2 different ways, but it's okay. Yes. Go that way. It's fine. It's fine, we'll get through this. Yeah, so what have you been up to today? Did you have a good day? I apologize, this particular
Raw material process.
ship always stresses me out. But unfortunately, it had a component that I needed. And the only thing I guess I could get, for whatever weird reason, was on either the fuel or cargo containers on these big jibes. It's a mess. It's a mess, but thankfully, I've broken enough of them down. I don't blow myself up too often. Shoot, today the only fire I made on this one was I was trying something different and I ended up burning a fuel pipe. So I made a fuel pipe mistake, which honestly, if that's all I make today on this particular javelin, I'll be happy about that. And the being busy,
Fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's.
honestly, they've made it much
5
easier.
minutes to do it. We were out.
If you watch anyone play the early access, it's much easier now than it was in the EA.
Processing valuable deposits.
So,
Credits transferred.
that's the thing too. What you got? Let's see, great day. F1 Indy 500, I got to Cert 13, very good.
Deposit.
And watched
Applying credit to account.
episode 13 as changed to episode 3. I actually watched all of season 4 in the last few days. I'd stopped at somewhere in end of season 2, beginning of season 3, somewhere there. And with the last season coming out in a few months, we decided to go ahead and watch it. So, I am actually caught up, and it's, let's just say it's mental. I will definitely say that. I thought it was mental before, but now that they're actually pulling together all the content for Stranger Things, oh my goodness. It is so much more mental than I thought. I mean, it's good. It's so well written. But this series is so bloody mental. Oh, the cockpit. Before I did that last one out of the way. Let me get that cockpit cleared. Did that last time too. I totally screwed up the cockpit. And it makes it so much harder to do when this thing's moving. Especially since this has got extra work. Because it's got the collar you have to deal with. Because that collar goes to the furnace instead of to the processor. So, it's a mess. So you said you got to, Cert 13. Did you play it during early access, or did you start with the 1.0 release?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I've been playing it since not long after it came out into early access. I gave him probably about 6-7 months to mature, to make sure it was going to be a good game, and I have not been disappointed by the developers. So I'm just hoping that they give us a lot more content and they just don't drop it. I hate when developers do that. They build us a fantastic game
Cutter,
that
you got 1 minute left. Time
is completely expandable by them. And then they drop the ball. And we never see anything from them again. I hate when developers do that. So I'm hoping this developer doesn't do that to us. Because I would love to see like some DLC or, you know, more ships or whatever. You are still attached somehow, and that is bad. Shit. How are you attached? How is that attached? Well, I don't know what that's doing in there. We'll get rid of that. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you're probably by now at rank 13 familiar with some of the changes they've made. Because, honestly, they made it a lot easier to pay down your debt.
Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels are high.
They've made it easier to
before starting your shift.
make your goals. You know, you can make 1 to 2 ranks on a ship. Shit, if you do it right, you can make a rank a day. I've been getting pretty much a rank a day.
Salvage secured.
Until the last, so right around 12? 13? Somewhere around there? It's around 12 or 13 is when I stopped being able to make a rank die. But then we started getting these, difficulty 7 and higher ships, so they're definitely a challenge. So you have to give them that. They're definitely a challenge.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded. Salvage goal reached.
Alright, it puts us on 4. Or 5. Puts us on 5. So, why are you not disconnected? Let's take you over here a little bit. See if we can't figure out why you're not disconnected. What is this?
Processing
What
object.
is
Applying
this?
credits to account.
It doesn't want to cut. You free now? Finally. Be gone with you. Stupid collar. Oh, that's okay. Yep, leveling is easier, but so is time. Yes! Oh my goodness, I have died to things that I never died to in the past. If you check out either my first or second video, I have an amazing suicide. I was working on a miracle. It wasn't a suicide, it was just a weird explosion. I thought it was a bug until I explored the wreckage a little more and realized it wasn't a bug. I hit a fuel tank. And the weird part about that is hitting a fuel tank's not a big deal. That's pretty common. I was shooting at an external bracket, like right here.
Applying credit.
Right here. And I was using the stinger because it didn't have the floor cup. And I ended up burning through, and it blew the fuel tank from the inside. It was weird. I had another one that I was using the V-cut, and I ended up cutting the window out. Now think about that. I cut the window out. Of a Merkle.
Raw
Without-
material processed.
I mean, I just barely nicked it.
Deposited.
It was just barely in the box. But it was just enough
Applying credits.
for me to blow out the window on the Merkle. And it was just a mess. It was horrible. Let's just say that was a bad day. My Merkle ended up between the master jack and this jack up here to the upper left, right there. It was the front of the nose was at the kiosk, and its butt was on the other side. So it flipped all the way over, doing a 180, and its nose was there, and I had to break the damn thing down. It was a mess. It was an absolute travesty. I screwed that up so hard.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Well, no, not really. But you do have to take things into consideration. For example, before they get my reactor.
Reactor meltdown detected. Urgent action required.
Let's see. What was that?
Reward
What ship was it? Hold on, if you haven't been paying attention to my channel, I've got a good video. Let me find the video real quick and I'll post the link to it. You can watch it later. Where is it? It's called How Not... Oh, no, it's called Fastest Salvage Ever. This is fantastic. This one is probably by far one of my most impressive salvages ever. There we go. And I'll put it in both channels, so those who are on either side can go check this one out. And yeah, oh, I'm using Zoom. Oh. Anyway, yeah, there's that. So that one there is a very, very impressive how not to do something. Let me tell you. You wanna know how not to do something? That's it. It's our processor, it's our processor. That's furnace, okay. It was a rather impressive display, honestly. Because I took the whole ship and shoved it into the processor through a decompression. It's funny. That was one of the probably the most interesting things I've ever done in this. And even impressed the developers. I think the more explosive decompressions might have come from me, to be honest.
Salvage deposit registered.
Because when I did that, they said they'd never seen anything like it. And yeah, it's definitely a that's processor.
Not accepted. Please revisit your training. Salvage
What wasn't
destroyed.
accepted?
Please pay attention.
Yeah, that's one of those you have to destroy though. Sorry, but you have to destroy that one. Otherwise you can't get that part out of the ship.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So, if for those of you who are wondering why explosive decompressions have gotten more catastrophic, I think I'm it. I think I'm the reason. So, I apologize for anybody who liked their explosive decompressions to be
Ship's got about 5 minutes left. Let's make them count. We were out.
far less destructive. I apologize, but yeah, I think it's my fault. It takes about a minute and a half from the time I make the first cut to when the full thing is fully engulfed by the processor. It's a rather impressive display. As I said, even the developers were surprised when I did it. They got a kick out of it. Alright, so I think that's everything. Yeah, now it's just cleanup. Sweet. Goodbye, donut.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Goodbye, donut.
Material
And
deposited.
9, no. Hopefully there's enough pull. Do we have enough pull? Let's see if there's enough pull. So I have not tried to recreate that explosive decompression since the 1.0 patch came out. I've been wanting to, I just haven't done it yet. Because that ship was a... what was it? I forget what was this. Yeah, I forget, it's a Merkel. Yeah, it was a Merkel that I totaled. But the fact that I shoved a whole Merkel into one of the ports with just decompression is impressive. I need to try that again. Especially knowing how crazy they've made decompressions now. Oh my goodness. But here's the deal with decompressions. As long as it's just air, there is no problems. It's the same thing if you're moving something with a tether. If you're moving the large ship with a tether, you physically can't move the ship. However, if you take a section of ship, wedge it somewhere, and then use 2 tethers on either side, that will pull the ship every time. Oh no. We're up to ghosts. And we now have stargazers. 9 million in that one day. That's pretty good.
I want to check in with you about Hal. Listen, back around where I grew up, you cross paths with all kinds of critters. Possums, coyotes, bears. And once in a while you find yourself nose to nose with a bobcat. Bobcat's an unpredictable creature. A scared one, just as likely to fight tooth and nail as it is to scamper away. Now, Hal is terrified of not measuring up to the rest of us, failing, losing his status, and he's fixing for a fight, driven by that fear inside him. Thing is, Bobcat's just another animal. Hal, he's only human. You understand his fear. You can reason with him. So, I'm working on taming our local wildcat. You stay strong. We'll be through this soon enough. See you out there, Cutter.
So, there's new story elements, and I like that. They did change the story around a little bit. Yeah, and the thing is, it was still profitable for the day. That's what caught me off guard, is that even though I shoved the whole ship in there, it was still profitable. That was the part that got me. You know, even with the death in the middle, I still made money on that one. It's crazy. Honestly, I don't need any of this. Don't really need range either. last air attack. That guarantees we're good on air. I don't really need the suit repairs. I guess we'll get soft cleanup too. Let's bring this thing down to 1 meter range. That makes these a little easier to deal with. And the thing is, that last 0.5 meter range, to go down to 0.5 meters, there's times I wonder if it's enough. So we need an ion coil. That's what we're looking for. I can get that out of the Aries. Do you have any other options? I don't need rods and I don't need wires. I like the idea of getting heat sinks into distributors and a filter. That's not too bad. Let's wait about this freight one either. So yeah, let's see here. No, this one here. Because of the distributor and the filter, I could use some of those. Don't think I have any. Yeah, it's got the heatsink. I'm pretty sure we need another heatsink. So, do that, and we'll be good to go there. And I'm curious, what do we have for viewers today? We have... What is this now? I've had as many as 4 viewers on YouTube. Wow. That's interesting because I have 5 viewers over on Twitch. It's gonna be one of those days. I'm surprised because I did not expect this game to draw in any kind of a crowd. Alright, baby. What do you have for me? What do you got? Sensors. Control surfaces. Really? None? She has no sensors, no control surfaces. She's got that beveled butt. That's fine, I can deal with that. Probably your standard 3 rear engines. Oh, is she fully pressurized? Alright. Fuel tanks, okay, we can deal with that. The engines are not connected to the fuel. That's not too bad. So I wonder, on this one, what we've got for
Airlock depressurizing.
Depressurization modules. See, I hope that they don't have these big ships
Airlock pressurizing.
with no depressurization modules. That was not fun. What they did to us on that one. That was just a mess. It was... I don't like it. It was not fun. They also added a bunch more posters. I like that. They added posters for the other ships. Ooh. Radiation. Okay, so we can depressurize the cockpit. Well, that might be useful. I do want to make sure there is no debris. I can depressurize this room too. That's good. Can we depressurize the main cabin? Not sure yet. Not sure. Where's the main cabin's pressure system? Alright. Okay, so there's one in this room. That one's pretty much sealed off. Okay. Grab that. Okay. So let's go ahead and make sure we've got everything that's loose. Because honestly, if this thing goes sour, it's not gonna be fun. Yeah, I know. Turn off the fuel of the engines. Alright. Let's get piston rod or something over there. Where is it? Oh, it's inside. Okay, I can go with that. And there's a module there? What is that? Damper. So let's see. Fuses everywhere. That's fine. Grab the fuses.
Electrical damage detected.
Ah! I blew the fuse. Fine, I'll leave the last fuse for now. I knew the last fuse was anyway. So, let's... I haven't found the ion coil. There should be a loose ion coil somewhere. There's a piston. Wait, maybe that's it over there. Nope, that's the scrap. Where's the ion coil? That's not good. I don't see it. Don't see what I'm looking for. Wait. There's a storage room here. Not that side, this side. No. Huh. Oh, there's a data bank. Where's the ion coil then? Don't see it. Strange. Because it said there should be one on the ship.
increasing.
Alright, so... I love how this little room can depressurize the whole ship.
Airlock pressurizing. Airlock pressurizing.
I love how that works. It doesn't make any sense.
Salvage destroyed. Please avoid damaging pressurizing.
What was that? Okay, that was weird. However, it did depressurize the whole ship. Oh, look at this, it knocked stuff off the walls, too. These cargo containers were all lined on the lines of the wall. Interesting. They were solid. So, interesting, but not too bad. So, we are 6 minutes in and we haven't done jack squat, except to pressurize the whole ship. Which is about right, actually. It's about how it goes. So what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and not screw up this. Grab that, please. Okay, so best thing to do at this point is to just start taking her down. Take out the engines. Start taking down the interior plates. Why are you scrapped? What happened to that?
Shift clock says 5 minutes left. You know what to do. Weaver out.
What happened back here? Oh, the decompression. Found a weak point. I decompressed too much of the ship at once, is what happened. So there was some loose debris that I didn't account for. That happened to be out here. And that loose debris smacked one of the engines. That was that pop that we saw. That fire pop? That's what that was. It's annoying. It's a shame, because those engines are expensive. But it's okay. To be honest, in the grand scale,
Deposited. Applying credit to account.
really isn't that much. I mean, sure, it was expensive, it was a big loss, but it wasn't a catastrophic loss.
Applying credit.
So, as long as we behave ourselves, and how we break down the rest of the ship, ain't a big deal. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Some might think it is, but I know better. And if Hal would probably be chewing my butt for doing that. I'm sure of it. Okay, so there's my ion coil. It's gonna come from the heat spreader here. Problem is I gotta destroy the, I gotta destroy a piece of equipment in order to get it. That's fine, I don't mind doing that. honestly, it's not worth that much to me. But losing that engine, losing that, getting rank 9 might be a little tough. But we'll see. Let's see. It used to be manageable way to decompress it. Well, the thing is though, you still can. I just decompressed the whole ship at once. And that was just me not caring about the damage. Let's be honest, I didn't care. If I did care, I would have basically closed all the doors and then decompressed it one room at a time. It's just that's how you should do it. So that main chamber, I would have, if I actually cared, I would have closed off all of the rooms and then gone from, say, the cockpit, since that's an easy place to barricade yourself in. So you start at the cockpit or the engineering room. And then as you move through the ship, one section at a time. It's not hard, it's not a big deal. You just open the doors one at a time. And you can get through without any serious issues. Thank you. Push down just a little bit. Get that section moving. You don't make any money on the first day on these ships, you never do. It's all on the second and third day. Because it takes so long to break down. Well, decompressions, I still paid for the day. It's those engines. Those engines were worth a lot. So they covered my taxes for the day. One of the problems that I still have to resolve is the kinetic energy between objects that the main ship and decompressing objects or tethered objects, because they have much more torque and can pull the ship around when a tether by itself can't move it. Like you put two tethers on something, on a big ship, can't move it. Put two tethers on a piece of equipment and pull it across, or do a decompression where you got one or two pieces of loose equipment, it'll knock the ship all over the place. It's something they still need to work on.
Lots going on, huh? I hope you're doing okay. I've been checking in on the others too. Everyone's pretty spooked right now. You know, I've been wondering if it'd be better for me to keep my head down. I've been fighting my whole life. And, well,
I think she's finally growing up.
And I can't tell how much I'm risking myself or risking others. Sometimes feels like no one else is really on the same side. Like, I'm the only one trying. Maybe it's not worth all the energy and risk. Sometimes I wish I was just back home, listening to tapes, tinkering with bikes, having a beer with my old man. Anyway, I'll let you get some rest. See you in the yard. Blue out.
So she's finally now starting to get the plan. She's on Hal. As long as Hal is here, she needs to keep her head down and just do her job.
Time to begin your workday.
New poster, new poster, new poster. I like this one. This one's cool. That one's old. Some of these new posters are fantastic. I'm really digging them. But no, I want to see the developers add more ships later on. I want to see more ships. I want to see more issues, design flaws. I still want to see ships that are, you know, falling apart. You know, we have part of a ship. Like, we're dealing with whole ships here. And in reality, you would have these, yes. But they wouldn't be the only ships you'd have. You'd also have the ships that are involved in an accident. You know, somebody blew the engines out or whatever. And you got about half a ship. Now they may be saving that kind of stuff for the armadillo. And I'm okay with that, that's for sure. But that's something that I really want to see. Is more of, you know, more challenge levels. Among other things. Okay, so I think aside from a few junctions like these, I think we're good now. I think I've got everything now. So let's go through and just make sure we got all the junctions, get them all out of the way. Front's good, back's good, side's good, yeah. Top, maybe? I mean, I got these things going all over the place, they're all wonky. So that's good. Okay. And good to go. Alright, so now we should just be able to lift off all these plates and be good to go. But from a risk management perspective, I like what they've done with the game. I like all the changes they've done so far. There's really nothing they've done that I don't like.
Accepted for processing.
And that seems kind of weird, because normally in these games you always find something you don't like. But considering it's a completely different genre of game than most people have played, and or designed for, oh my goodness. These types of mechanic, breakdown, repair type games, they're relatively new.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
You know, there's not too many of them out there. And a lot of them are really basic or really garbage. Like the ones that are like the car mechanic or train mechanic. You know, that group that's doing all those. They've got some real winners, and they got a lot of turds. Let me tell you, they got a lot of garbage ones. I bought a couple of them. I forget which company it is. But if you're in the space, you know what I'm talking about.
Salvage secured.
And
Applying credit.
there's not a lot of developers in that space. So getting these games right, they have to take their time. They're not looking for a quick buck. They're looking for a lifelong,
Process. Credits awarded.
you know, lifelong players. Players who want to see it succeed. Because they're not trying to, just pump a game out.
Salvage deposit registered.
They really want, you know, the whole experience to work. And I like that. It's the way it should be. Not this, gotta make a game every month because, you know, we need to pump out money real quick. Not a fan of that style. And those games really show how bad they are. You know, the poor quality, the poor design. Don't know if this is free.
Credits awarded.
The only thing I haven't done, did I
Rewards
pull that? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I pulled the, oh, come on, baby, get in there. See if that'll help you. Sad as usual. Now this used to be a problem, that some of these geckos, these thermal spreaders, they'd put on the sides here. I don't know if they still do that or not. This is my first gecko, so I don't know if they still put them on the sides. And there's times when the only way to get them, to get these panels free, oops, wait a minute, was to detach the spreaders.
Processing object.
And that was definitely an issue. Right. And right now we're just trying to get rid of the frame. So much of this frame just needs to come out and go somewhere. Because it's just in the way. The mid box is what you want to deal with. You don't want to deal with these frame pieces. Alright, so that's good.
Object.
Back's good.
Processing.
Just need to get this front out of the way. Come on, pull it out. There's nothing in there else. I'm gonna have an issue. Or a connection. Now. I think that front section's loose. What do you think?
Object processed.
I wasn't expecting that. But this, I like this. The fact that this is no longer attached. This was a huge issue during the alpha, or during the early access. That these, the cockpits were all attached to the boom arm. The boom arm cockpit was attached to the hull in some really wonky ways. And it made it really hard to salvage sometimes. So I'm glad they changed that. Very happy about that. I like the new setup.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred. Salvage.
Now, stuff does get stuck far more often than it used to. And that's annoying. But it's okay, I guess. Most of the time it's fixable. It just gets stuck and you can pull it apart and fix it. But not always. Every once in a while it's unsalvageable.
Credits deposited.
Come on. Push her away. Beautiful. Alright, so I think the back end might be done now.
Deposit accepted for processing.
I think it might be done now. Let me see. That's good, that's good. Good there. This all here goes to the processor. Anything here that's not processor. No, you. Yes, you go that way. Processor.
We got 5 minutes left till we call it a day. We were out.
So these fuel pumps don't do anything good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my coil. Because we need that. Now. Going down. It's not worth as much, but it will make money. This is not totally scrapped. It's not total scrap. It's only kind of scrap. That's why we don't need another one, because I already dumped the only other one I had. But I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna need more. And the ship, the Armadillo, is so much easier to repair now. Because you need to get before you needed to get like 100 wires and all kinds of weird stuff. So, processor, so. I know it's all processor. You. Go. Take her and run. Take that, go. They've got a lot of really interesting looking components now. And I'm wondering in the future how many of these are going to be reused in different ways to make things more difficult for us.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Because like one of the ways they could make things more difficult is have, in a case like this ship, have the fuel tanks
Applying credit to account.
tied to the engines. A lot of cases, not all the fuel tanks are tied to the engines, and they're sure as heck not tied to the main reactor.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
But if they went through the effort to tie all that together, oh my goodness, that would be such a mess for us to deal with. I don't know if I'd want to deal with that much mess. But it would be a challenge.
Salvage destroyed. Please damaging salvage.
Oh. There's stuff attached to the other side. No problem. There we go. And now we can clear out. We can use this hole.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
To clear out some stuff.
That's 1 minute left, Cutter.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of something. It's now on time to skedaddle.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Alright, so that takes care of that. Now, This one's gonna be a small challenge, but really it's not that bad. Because it's got this filter underneath. With these filters down here, you can cut those out, drop them down, cut out the containers, and then just attach anything in there that's attached to them, drop them down like I did with the other panel. And it makes your life so much easier. And it really does, it makes life a lot easier, so. There's a lot of good things that they've done. And so far I'm very happy with everything I've seen. Alright, so where are we at now? Don't think we're quite to 17 yet. Getting closer though.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your allocated shift time.
No, Kobu, it's not a retro game. Sunday's my free day. Sunday could be a retro game, it could be a roguelite, it could be whatever else I'm feeling froggy with for the week. Like this week we're doing this. Next week I don't know about Saturday, but I know Friday I'm going to be doing Hack and Slime. So for anybody who's paying attention to the channel, Friday is going to be Hack and Slime. It comes out on Tuesday. I will be playing it on Friday. I might again continue it on Sunday. Kobu, have you not been paying attention to my tweets? I have been tweeting like mad about this game for 2 years. I love this game. I was just waiting for it to actually have the 1.0 release, because there was no point in playing it continuously or waiting for the 1.0 release.
Hey there, I'm Shipbreaker.
Because they were giving us no updates. After
Nice job.
February.
Prognosis is your ship will be awesome in no time.
Filters. Okay. So we need filters. Yeah. When you get too many people, it's hard to follow. If you're following too many people, it's not great. There's certain people that I have that I will always see their tweets, and there's certain people that I have that I will never see their tweets. Even though I talk to them regularly. It's weird. I don't know why Twitter does that. Because you figure people that I interact with all the time, I should see their tweets when they come up. And I don't always. Like, I'll go like 2 or 3 days and not see one from somebody in particular. And I haven't tweeted in a while. And I go look at the profile, and sure enough, they've tweeted like their normal tweeting. You know, their normal number of tweets a day. And it's just not showing. Oh, I didn't need that. I had fuel. So, yeah, Twitter's kind of weird sometimes. It doesn't favor the actual socialite. It favors the people who are, like, stupid popular and... God, what the heck's going on here? What was I saying? It favors the people that are, like, really, really popular. Okay, so you are nothing useful. I might have a filter in here, so there's possibility for that.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
There's a possibility that there might be,
Salvage deposit accepted.
something useful. I need that filter, and there might be one actually in this ship. Let's see. People are talking about sensitive stuff, like something bad happening in the US, and all my retro-focused contacts basically disappear. Yeah. It's weird. For as anti-propagandist as Twitter is most of the time, it's strange when it goes into propaganda mode. I'm not a fan of it, personally. I find it annoying. I don't care about,
Salvage destroyed.
you know, people doing weird stuff. You know, like all the political chaos, I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me. But some people like it. I don't care about it. I just find it annoying. Personally. I don't know, that doesn't pay attention. Yeah. I mean, it does, but it's weird when it doesn't. Because every once in a while, it's just... Twitter just stops paying attention to its own algorithm. But YouTube does the same thing. There's times when YouTube will behave itself and I'll see what I want to see on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, I'll start seeing stuff that I would never, ever watch on YouTube. It's the same thing. It's really weird. I don't understand it. And people who believe all that garbage as being normal just don't get it. It's not how it's supposed to be.
Registered. Transferring
It's not how it should be.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Configuration, please let me improve. That's a clap. Yeah, thing is though, is that
Salvage registered.
it's weird because it's exactly how you use the platform, exactly how they want you to use the platform,
Processing object.
which allows you to see or ignore content you don't care about. Like, I don't care about politics.
Salvage deposit.
You know, I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Credit to account.
It's just not something I care about. But,
Salvage deposit registered.
you know, things happen and it's like, oh, all of a sudden everybody's talking about this thing. Even people in my circles are talking about it sometimes, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever.
Credits transferred.
But since everybody's talking about it, they're wondering, this is what Twitter does. I'll guarantee it. Some event happens, you know, and everybody you're friends with,
Salvage deposit secured.
or at least some people you're friends with, are having conversations about such weird, set topic. You're not your interest. Not everybody you talk to cares about that topic.
Salvage accepted.
So,
Applied.
you know, political stuff. And it doesn't matter what country you're in. but because people you know are talking about some political thing, they assume you should care about the same political thing. And most people don't. Yeah, most people don't care. But, the way I look at it, honestly, is as long as I can talk to people I want to talk to, and I talk about what I want to talk about, which for me is video games and stuff, I have no care, no interest. You know, YouTube, Twitter, whatever the social media thing of the day is. They can set their settings however they want. You know, they want to try and push me into politics. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I have no interest in politics, so they can do whatever they want. And it's not going to bother me any, because I'm just going to ignore it. Trapped as they can... The thing is that people are going to use... It's not trapped into using the network. Is sometimes, not always, but sometimes what they're trying to do is they're trying to maximize ad revenue. And when you have political companies who are paying for ad space, but they're not getting the clicks that they want, the companies have to try and make that money. So in order to get the clicks that they need to make the customer happy, i.e. the political stupidity, they'll artificially inflate the popularity by forcing it onto people who just don't care. And honestly, for that type of stuff, my philosophy is the same as it is in a lot of things. The fastest way to make them realize that they're doing wrong is don't interact. If it's not what you're going to them for, just don't interact with it. Ignore it completely. Don't talk about it. I mean, talk about the fact that it's an issue, sure. But don't actually talk about those topics. You know, let the tweets go by. Let the videos just go by. On YouTube. You know, it's just let it go by and ignore it. The more you ignore it, the more they'll realize that it's not your thing, you don't care about it, and they'll just stop trying to shove it down your throat. It's not an easy fix, it's not a quick fix. These things, you know, take a lot of time and money, and they're not gonna go away. So, all we can do is just say, yeah, whatever.
You got 5 minutes remaining in your shift, Cutter. 5 minutes. We were out.
And just let it be. That's it. Anyway, so how are you doing? Exactly, that's happened to NFTs. They kept trying to make it a thing. Everybody tried to make NFTs a thing, and we just ignored them. And after a few months of it being ignored, you don't hear anything about NFTs anymore. Because the general population did exactly what they should. Ignore it. And if you ignore it, it goes away. People don't realize that 90% of the problems in our world will go away if you just ignore it. really interesting statistic. Because you can use the NFT as an example. Is it was ignored by everybody. Everybody complained about it, then everybody started ignoring it. And once people started ignoring it, that was all of a sudden not a thing. Well, in NFTs, people realized real quick that they were just a scam. Yeah, they were just a way to scam money out of the interest in things of cryptocurrency type fields. But the example still persists that if you ignore it, if enough people ignore it, the industry will just move on to the next thing.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
And it goes away. But it's not just industries, it's also mentalities. I'm okay. I mean, it's a holiday weekend. I don't remember if you're in the US or not. But it's holiday weekend and I'm just being chill all weekend. Been doing a whole lot of Shipbreaker.
Applying credit.
This is episode... what now? Act 1 was 2 episodes, I think. And we're on Act 2, and we're on episode 10 now. It's a ton of content. Most of the episodes I'm not doing live, because, frankly, it's the same thing. I mean, there's story every couple of trips back and forth, so every 15-20 minutes. You might get a story element. But, honestly, aside from the story elements, this is it. This is all you do all day. So I can't see why it would be overly popular to watch somebody break down the same dozen ships or whatever all the time. You know, for days and days on end, but
Account credited.
it's fun. It is a very zen game. It's very, like I said, what you're seeing now is literally all you do.
This is your 1-minute warning cutter. Bring it home.
Outside of the special scenarios, you have
Deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
15-minute intervals for your shifts. So each shift's 15 minutes long,
Salvage deposit secured.
and
Credits awarded.
you just chill out in the ship, salvage what you can out of it, make some money, and that's it. Move on to the next ship. This ship here is... oh, what's this one? So this ship here is... 36 million credits. So if I was to salvage the whole ship in full, which never happens, I get 36 million. Yeah, exactly. I looked at that when I watched some people play that, and I'm like, I can't even see how this one would be fun for me. So I'll let you keep this one.
Salvage deposit accepted.
But
Transfer.
they can keep that one, because I do not see how that's even fun. But I like this game. I did Mech Mechanic Simulator a while back, and after a while that game gets kind of boring because there's only 9 mechs. some interesting achievements I haven't gotten to yet, but there's only 9 max. That's it. And that's a shame. Alright, so we are rolling into 11 o'clock, which means we've been up for 2.5 hours. I can do full streams on holiday weekends. But
Good morning, Shipbreaker. LYNX mandates a maximum of 8 hours.
on this case, I think that's it.
Will be docked from the next pay cycle.
I think we're pretty much done now for the night. Can we see the later tiers?
Need help with a triple pot bypass? Let me know.
Yeah, see, now we're starting to get into the more complicated stuff. Because we need like 2 of these filters. But it's we're almost done. And the bunny thing. I don't get the bunny thing. I guess the bunny's gonna go in the ship somewhere. But I like these types of things. Nice, relaxing. I find them to be a lot of fun. Not everybody does. Don't really need any of this. Trying to figure out if there's anything I need. What's this do? Adds impact-based deploy mechanism. Oh, so you can chuck grenades. I don't... I do not see how this is useful. I don't see how this is useful at all. Give me the disarm. Give me the disarm plus. Yeah. Definitely need to do that. But I don't know. We'll do repairs. I think that's everybody. Nope, I can do this here. To the backpack. Repair. Alright, so that's it for tonight. We got through a couple of ships, but we'll see how far we can go later. I will continue to play this game, so look forward to more no vocal playthroughs of ships if you want to see that. I'll probably do some more compilations later on once I get some more content recorded. Kind of like some tutorial type stuff maybe. I've done some in the past. I might do some more again. So, but thank you everybody for dropping in. I greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Next time, guaranteed next stream is going to be Friday, and that's going to be Hack and Slime, followed by Saturday, which is going to be Legend of Dragoon. We are getting close to the end of Desk 3 on that. And the rest of the time, I stream Sunday through Thursday when I feel up to it. I also record 2 videos a week. They go out on Monday and Thursday. So keep in mind there and look out for those on YouTube. As always, all videos are posted on YouTube as well. So if you miss the stream, you can always catch it there. Thank you and have a good night.